Hey guys, Jeremy here, Simple Life, and I just have a quick update for you on the windmill project that my dad and I have been working on. Right, so this is the well itself, and we've got this galvanized pipe going down 120 feet. At the bottom of that is the actual little pumping mechanism. It's just a couple of ball valves basically that they close when the water's coming up, and then as the rod goes down, it passes through the water again, and it just kind of seals it up like that. Very, very simple machine. This is the way they've been done for years and years and years, and it works fairly well. So we come up to here, we've got a T. The reason we have pipe going, continuing up is that if this thing really gets running, often you'll start to build a little buildup in here, and they say you need about, I think it's 8 feet above where you're ejecting out of. Also, this pipe, 10 feet down, we drilled a hole, so that's going to be below the frost level in the winter time, so the well won't ever freeze up. Obviously in the winter time we'll completely shut it down, disconnect everything so it can't pump, but the well will never freeze up because it'll be below the frost level. And then this pipe here, you can't see it, but it goes up, I would guess we probably have another 26 feet up. And so really, when this thing's really pumping, this water level will actually rise, even though it is being drained out the sides here. But it's really nice because once you really start get a lot, then you get a little build up and you get a little bit of head pressure, and you get much better pressure, so you actually start filling up different places. And I'll show you quickly the valving that we have set up, and we can divert the water to the tank in the barn or to the dugout. Right, so this is the discharge coming off the side of the well, and what we have here is this is first a little check valve. What this allows us to do is just make sure we don't ever get any water siphoning back down the well. And then we've just got a T right here, and then two shut-off valves. This one goes to the tank in the barn, this one goes to our dugout. So when we want to fill up the tank in the barn, we'd close the one to the dugout, open this one up, fill up that tank, and when the tank's full, as it is right now, we can just shut this off, open this, and this is just going to slowly start filling up the dugout. Now, one part of the process that we haven't got around to yet is putting an overflow in the tank of the dugout, so we've got to keep an eye on it when we're filling it. But what we'll do is the overflow is just going to be a hole with a hose coming off of it, and that way in theory we could leave this closed most of the time and this open. We continually fill up the tank. Once the tank's full, it'll just start overflowing and run back into the dugouts. Now let's go inside, I'll show you the tank. Actually, before we go to the barn real quick, I'll show you this is where we are bringing the water from the windmill into the dugout. And we just got it elevated like this so that we could aerate the water a little bit rather than just let it run on the ground. Especially if it's really flowing, we'll just get a little bit of air in here, kind of aerate the water, and then hopefully that'll help take care of some of this algae in here. Alright, you're gonna have to pardon the noise. My dad's doing some R&D on some really large equipment up in the barn. That's running right now. We've got a freak drive running, so it's really loud, but here's the tank. This is a 1,200 gallon, I believe. And so basically, this is the line coming right here from the windmill, fills up here. We'll be cutting a hole in the top of here and putting another one of these little connectors. So our overflow will be right above there. Once this gets full, this will go out. And then at the bottom here, what we've got, this hose here is actually going underground to the shop, and that's going to a pressure pump, and that's what's going to provide extra pressure for the for all the irrigation system. And again, this water isn't cold like it would be if it were underground still, so it has a chance to come up here to the barn, it gets warmed up by the air, and it should be much better for the trees. So I'll just show you real quickly the part inside the shop where the pressure pump is. Alright, and then to round this system out, basically what we have is we got this water line right here is coming from the barn, comes to the inlet of our pump, and then this is the outlet line, and this we will tie into our the irrigation system, and that's this line right here. It goes outside, goes to like a little junction utility box that's buried just outside the shop, and then there's the digital controls for all the valves and stuff. So it's kind of a funny system when you think about it. I mean, we've got a windmill. It's like a really great off-grid solution for getting water out of the ground. Storing it in a tank, you know, another great off-grid storage water solution. And then we bring it to a digitally controlled pressure pump. Kind of funny, but it's also kind of interesting, kind of fun. This wasn't done as a prepping type thing. It's not like an off-grid type thing. This was kind of like, you know what, rather than just put a well, fill up a tank, why don't you decorate the place a little bit, put up a windmill, make it look cool, learn the old technology, learn the old ways of doing things, and then just jack it up with some brand new digital, you know, irrigation system. Alright guys, well I just thought I'd share this little video with you, kind of show you the update, the progress on this project. Like I said, this is a lot of fun. Really neat to see that old technology being used. And you know, there's an issue, they needed a better irrigation system, they needed to warm the water. So it's kind of fun implementing some old school techniques and technology to get that done. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. Cheers.